Grave Road in Leicester, the scene of so much of the violence in recent days, it's peaceful now. The predominantly Hindu community is preparing for the annual Diwali festival next month. But for now, locals like Rakan Chudasama, who's run a retail business here for 20 years, is more concerned about the next few days, fearing the possibility of renewed trouble here.
It's minority who is causing the problem. I mean, Hindus and Muslims, end of the day, we are all one. So I don't see why they should be fighting.
Last weekend's violence here stretched local policing resources beyond breaking point. Senior officers had to call on mutual aid from neighbouring forces to help bring order back to the community. The area's Police and Crime Commissioner says reinforcements will be in place in the days ahead, should trouble flare again.
Some of the officers are beginning to get tired, that they're needing to take rests. But the neighbouring police forces have been absolutely wonderful. They have not stinted in sending us additional officers, together with all the equipment that they need. So yeah, absolutely, there will be enough police officers out there to cope with whatever comes.
The violence here between young Hindu and Muslim men flared up after a cricket match between India and Pakistan on the 28th of August. Both sides, of course, blame each other, and social media has only intensified the anger and unrest. The violence here is a huge blow to Leicester's reputation as one of the country's most ethnically diverse, yet largely harmonious communities. A city that has always proudly boasted of its multicultural heritage. Suleiman Nagdi from the Federation of Muslim Organisations in Leicester believes a recent surge in immigrants from the subcontinent has added to the volatility within settled and, to an extent, integrated communities here.
In recent years, we've had a new migration that's come in over the last 4 or 5 years. Now, I don't wish to stereotype a particular section of the community, but that community came from a different background, and therefore their understanding and the norms of British society may be different to that of mine. And I think we have not built the bridge between that community and ourselves, and hence I think the problem lies at every section of society.
Despite the calls for calm, it's clear that below the surface there are those prepared to exploit ancient animosities and import the kind of interfaith intolerance that has so divided much of the Indian subcontinent. Mark White, GB News, Leicester.